for all time.
Hello everyone, I hope you can hear and see me. And if you can't, it's probably best for you, to be honest. Because nobody wants to hear and see me. I talk too much. If you could let me know if everything's okay on a well, Zeblik said howdy, so I guess that means he can hear me. Alright, so we're good. New trolls here. Alright, so in a nutshell, I'm a big fan of Four Against Darkness. Always have been. Andrea is probably one of my favorite, and I don't have favorite designers. I have designers that are friends that I really like, and I like everything they do. John, how are you? But honestly, there's not somebody I follow and buy his game, buy their games because they make it. I could say Richard Longius, who I really like. But anyways, the guy that made Four Against Darkness, Martin Knight, another one. These two are just going neck and neck with each other for print and play stuff. And I'll be honest with you. If somebody could let me know we're good on Twitch, I would appreciate it, since we stream both to YouTube and Twitch. And if you are not a part of our Twitch army, I hope that you do. Vinny, how are you? Yesterday we did Four Against Mars, which, again, another masterpiece by Andrea. And then I went to go find and see if there was any expansions for it. And I ran into a game called... And I didn't realize that everybody was talking about this yesterday, and that's Alone Against Fear. So this is a survival horror game that is I got a dog hair in my face and I can't get it up. All good on Twitch. Okay, great, thank you. That this actually works off of the Four Against Darkness, Four Against Mars, whatever really gets to you. This system is basically part of that. Only there's a lot of really cool improvements. You're going to see my review on this probably sometime in mid-July. I'll move some things and put it up. But today we're going to give this a little bit of a run through, just so you get a feel for it, because it just never it doesn't end. It's like a full campaign, and all you use is 2d6, believe it or not. So there's not a whole, there's a couple of changes and nuances that are really cool. This is very heavy as far as charts, and I love that. I love everything that they do. And I wanted to show you guys something else while we're here. Because we never go right into something. We're going to be taking a look at this tomorrow night on RPG World with Jana, my little buddy. I found this, and this is really kind of interesting. It's kind of like a little short interlude, but it's pretty interesting. So Jana and I are going to do a couple things. Speaking of our RPG show, you're going to want to check us out tomorrow, 7 p.m. And we're going to be making characters for that, and we're going to also be making characters for 4 Against Darkness, because during our little monthly show there, or bi-weekly show, we're going to take about 15 minutes, and we are going to continue through a campaign. So we're going to do a little role-playing actually on the show. So let's take a look at Alone Against Fear, and let's talk a little bit more about it and then get right into it. We're going to take it for about a spin so you get a good feel for it, see if it's for you. You can find this at Drive Through RPG, one of my favorite stores. Andrea, why don't you just give me complete access to your entire catalog, and I will run right through it, because that's how much I love everything you do. And I know you'll never see this video, and that's okay. But I want to tell you this much. We have talked on my email briefly. I'm a big fan of everything that Ganesha does. And, I'm always spending 4, 5, 8, 10, 12, 15, 20, bucks here or there. And it's well worth it. I will say this much. I love these games so much that, I spent $400 on a game that is so bogged down and so broken, in my opinion. And I regret it. I'm not going to mention the game. I think you guys can figure it out on your own. And then I go and I spend $8 for this, and I'm completely blown away. So what does that tell you? It tells you if you just take your time and really do some special things, and start, instead of trying to do too much, do the simple things, and people will come every single time. And it's very true. I mean, anytime he makes something, I don't even try to find out about it. I just buy it, and then I show it to you guys. All right, let's go down to the table. Enough said. All right, let's get down to business. Hat goes backwards, so it doesn't get in the way. Alone Against Fear. Okay. Now, this is a neat little system here, and as you know, we draw everything out, right? Now, here's the thing. You can create your own character, but in the back of the book, they have a couple of pre-made characters, and I probably should bring this down a little bit. Don't mind the thing here. There we go. All right. And that way we'll keep track things so you can see things a little bit better. Watched your 4 Against Mars show and bought it, and this game earlier today. Oh, well, there you go, John. Congrats. The original Grognard. You hero, you. How are you, my friend? Always good to see you. Mo and I speak highly of you, as well as anybody else that knows you. I mean, your work is phenomenal. Let's put it that way. All right, so we have 2 different characters. We have Ann Miller, and the way this works, and I really want to show you this, you're going to have 19 points to spend between life and sanity, okay? That tells you a lot. Now, you don't level up here. When you get experience points, you're going to increase your skills, okay? Doing very well, my friend. Looking forward to this playthrough. I hope I don't goof it up. I just got it, so bear with me. But I think I can give you guys enough where you can get a strong feel for it. And like I said, these are pre-generated, and we're gonna try these out because I really want to go through this and make you feel pretty good with this, and have an idea and go out and get this, because you're not going to be disappointed. Now, one of the big changes from 4 Against Darkness and 4 Against Mars is you got to account for food. Okay? Food, you got to make sure you have food. The other thing is, if you are using a pistol or anything that needs ammo, you're going to have to count your ammo. So you're going to have to be very smart in the things that you do. All right, my man here, Doug, he has a chainsaw, which is 2 hands. It's +1 attack and damage 2. So if he hits, he's going to do 2 damage. We'll explain all that as we go, because this kind of works off those original rules. So I want you to bear with me, my friends. Work beckons. We'll have to watch later. Okay, Seblik, go easy, brah. Injuries and mental scars. This is also something new here. That you can, when you take a wound, you can roll on a chart to maybe see that you don't take a wound or lose a life, or you end up with some kind of injury. Maybe, you're all banged up or something. Candles are important. For food, and as you can see, Anne has 9 sanity and 10 life, where on the other side, Douglas Harris has 8 sanity and 11 life. I kind of think we're going to play with Douglas Harris. Now listen, you can create your own guy, but we're just taking this guy out for a spin, because this is the first time I'm letting this roll. Over here, what we have is, if you remember, 4 Against Mars yesterday. Okay. Godzilla, I'm going to cover it because you wanted to see it. That's what I do. It's what I do. Rob, that D6 game is freaking awesome, bro. I want to buy that. To me, it's like a mix between Dark Tower without the tower and Runebound and some other games. Let me tell you something. I really like that game. Some people panned it. I really like it. And just shows you could be different, and it's okay. You don't have to be like everybody else. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to number each one of these areas, okay? So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. There's going to be different areas in the town. We are going to roll on a chart and see what these areas are. So as we roll 2d6, we're going to mark off different areas in the town. Okay, there's missions that we can do and all kinds of different things, but there's a whole table that goes with this, and I suggest you don't look at it when you start rolling. All right, so let's talk about some of the things that we're going to do here. All right, so I'm going to put this here. I'm going to put our character here. I'm going to have the book here. I got a few markers because I got a feeling I'm going to be in a few places that I'm going to need. I put out the town exploration specifically so we could keep up with it. We'll put Douglas up here so you guys, well, we're not worried about Douglas right now. Okay, I'm gonna read you a couple things so you guys understand what goes on here, and then we're gonna get right into it, and we're gonna go for a little bit, because there's gonna be no ending to this. Okay, you are on a campaign where you're gonna be doing missions and trying to rid evil. There's a lot of evil going on. Create a character. You're going to choose 2 skills. You have 2 items from the useful stuff table that you would roll on, or random objects table, and 1 random weapon. So that's how you create a character. If you play an already existing character, keep all equipment, skills, XP accumulated in play. All life and sanity points lost are fully healed in between games. You're going to roll on the mission table, which is page 41, to determine your goal for the current game. So once we complete that mission, we're off to a phenomenal start. Okay, we're going to move through the boxes like I talked about on the town sheet, numbering every box you move into to keep track of your passage of time. Roll on the town exploration table every time you travel to a new box. If there is an encounter, you roll on the on the subtable in here. Okay, pretty easy, right? If you move through a box you've already visited, you have a 1 in 6 chance of random encounter. Now remember, this is translated. Okay, I believe they're Italian. I believe Andrea is Italian. So what he's saying is that if you roll a 1, even though it says roll a 1 in 6 chance. Okay, what's the number? It's a 1. If you roll 1, you're going to run into a counter. If that happens, you roll in the random encounter table, just like 4 Against Darkness, just like 4 Against Mars. It has a lot of those nuances. Once you've completed your mission and return home, the game ends. Boop. That's it for that particular mission. Food. Eat 1 food every 5 boxes or take 1 damage. So every 5 boxes that we go into, we have to eat 1 food. We have to remember that. So we have to be looking for food. We have exploding 6s on this, which I really like, is something new. Save rolls. We have, we're always rolling dice. A 1 is always a failure. A 6 is always a success. Okay. You may prevent a sanity loss by rolling on the insanity table. And that's where, well, you can end up with some mental scars. Life, you can prevent damage by rolling on the injury table. Injuries are permanent. If your life goes to 0, you die and lose the game. Permadeath. How could you not love that? Here's a little rundown of all. As you can see, the greatest thing that you can ever have, folks, is a laminator. Okay? I love my laminator. Okay? It really helps me through some of the things that I need to go through. All right, let's get going here. As always, I'm going to move this down here. I will be doing all our battles right here with our permanent marker. Our permanent marker. Our erasable marker. We have an erasable marker to mark on our laminated sheet here. And as always, hey, let's go. I think we're going to play with Douglas Harris. You know, I really am... Okay, so he has a chainsaw. It's two-handed. It's +1 to attack rolls. It does 2 damage. At the end of any combat, roll a 1 in 6 chance that the noise attracts D6 zombies. We have a bag of salt, and we have a knife that's -1 to attack rolls. So if we lose our chainsaw, let's take a look at the other side. She has a hammer that's +1 versus zombies and flaming skeletons. Hammer, 3 stakes, a first aid kit with 3 points. So if we get hurt, we can heal. She's +1 to magic rolls, +1 to will-based rolls. I'm not sure what that is. She only has 6 ammo in that pistol. So, you know, we're in this quandary. Who do we go with? I think just to play it safe, slippery to escape rolls, strong +2 to strength rolls, and can carry 3 items, +3 items. So you can carry... Now this is a neat thing in here, because now weight of what you carry makes a difference. So because I'm strong, okay, and I have strength rolls, I can carry 15 things +3. I can carry 18 things. Now you cannot carry more than 20. See, I do my homework. So I'm going to put a little 18 here so I know on the side here. Yeah, let's go. Let's go with this big boy. Steph, what's up, brah? Every gamer loves his laminator. I just had to say it. I apologize. All right, let's find out what we're going to be doing here. Now, again, I don't think we're going to go through everything here, but we're going to give you a good feel for this game, and then you run out to RPG drive-through RPG, and pick this up. I guarantee you won't be disappointed. Email Andrea and tell him, hey, Rob did it again. All right, mission. So we have 6 missions. We have medical supplies, predator and prey, bring home the bacon. We need weapons, destroy the Covenant, close the Hellgate. Now, some of these are very, very long, and you can take kind of in between things and stuff. So, all right, so we're going to roll on our chart. Hopefully we roll low. Whoa. All right, 2. Predator and prey. Okay, so our mission is going to be... you must defeat a random slasher from the slasher table on page 65. You must spend a number of clues equal to the slasher's level to locate your target in the next box you enter. If you meet any slasher through a random roll, there is a 4 in 6 chance that you encounter the exact one you are hunting. Once you have defeated the slasher and returned to your starting location or any safe house, you gain 5 XP or 2 rolls on the useful stuff table. See the optional rules for slashers in campaign. See, the one thing I didn't read about is slashers, right? And of course, what do we roll? We roll slasher, right? All right. You never know. There's all kinds of slugs out there. All right, slasher option rules. Every time a slasher kills your character, the slasher gains +1 to either their level or life points. Ooh, that's optional rules. I think if the slasher kills us, we lose. That's my personal thing. All right, so the slasher table. We're going to have to go to the slasher table. Where's the slasher table? On page 65. The nice thing that they've done here is they made it easy for us to find the slasher. So, all right. So, ultimately, Felipe, how are you? 1. Rabbit Face. He's a level 4 slasher in a rabbit mask. Oh, that's creepy. Level 4. So, we're looking for Rabbit Face. Of course, I put that right in the light, right? But we kind of... All right, I'm going to put it all over here just so we know. So he's level 4. His name is Rabbit Face. We're looking for Rabbit Face. Rabbit Face. How cool is this game? Can they... You know, I don't know what to say anymore. He has 6 life. He has L6. Oh. Life. I'm just putting this off to the side. Is 6. Armed with a sledgehammer. All right, when we run into him, we'll be all right. He has a defense roll of is 1. Loot equals sledgehammer and D3 candles if we run into him. All right, okay. All right, so Rabbit Face. That is our objective right there. We have to kill Rabbit Face. All right, so one of the first things that we have to do is we're going to have to determine where our safe house is. So I would assume 1 would be our safe house. Let's roll what our safe house is. All right. So we're going to put in 1 here. We're going to put 1. And this is going to be our safe house. And our safe house is usually something that we roll. So we're going to roll 2d6. That's going to be a 5. And it is a place. Isn't that perfect? Place of worship. Place of worship. Because we're dealing with all this evil. So we're going to hole up in a church here. All right. There we go. All right, so that is our safe house, a place of worship. It is on page 47, so I'm going to go over to that, see if there's anything special that we need to know about our place of worship. There's a place of worship table. We don't worry about that. Okay. All right. Okay, I don't need that. So the next thing that we're going to do, and that's not going to count towards our... Actually, we can make that a 0 because... Remember, we count every 5 places. Whoa, whoa, whoa. How come this isn't coming off? Okay, there we go. All right. Wet erase. That's what it says. That's going to be a 0. Oh, that worked. Okay. Okay, there we go. You know what it is? It's first time writing on it. Okay. And then we move to our first place, and then we would roll on some of these tables. So we have our mission. We have to find a slasher, not just any slasher. Combat, we know how to do that. The book is beautifully detailed. Remember those giant South African snails that the guy had let out in Florida? Gross. Ugh. Rolling 1, surprise. Surprise is easy. Okay. Our insanity tables here. Okay, we're good. Okay, that's what I want to mark. Our insanity and injury table in case we do get injured. We are just one character, so that's another thing that you have to get used to, is that you don't have a bunch of different characters that are going to help you. It is you alone, and all the best to you. All right, so that. All right, random search. In case we decide to do that. Okay, here we go. All right, so we're going to roll 2d6. We also have there's just a whole horde of different charts. So I'm going to use these so you guys can see these a little bit better. And let's find out where the first place we're going to. We're going to 7. Roll a d6. On a 1 to 5 is the house table. On a 6, roll for special events. Okay. So, let's see what happens. 5. So we're going to go to page 45. Well, this can't be good, folks. Page 45, we're going to roll a d6. And it is a 5. Dilapidated house. You may explore it or move along. So our first thing here that we're going to put in here is our first box. Remember, every 5. So I'm going to mark here to remember our food. Okay, or I can mark it here. Just to remember and then rub it off when I'm done. Is a dilapidated house. So in our little city here, we found a really bad house next to our place of worship house. Okay. If you explore it, roll a level 4 agility save. Add +1 if you have agility. Do we have agility? No. If you have agility expert, +2 if you have agility expert. If you fail, you are hit by falling debris. Take 1 damage. After the collapse, you may perform a search roll at +1. You can either find a... you know what? I think we have to do this. After the collapse, we would take 1 damage. Boy, do I feel good enough. Can we roll better than... Can we roll a 4 better? Do we go for it? I mean, there's a possibility that we can find a clue there. Honestly. S-Dubs, how are you? Well, S-Dubs, all you got to do is just go to drive-through RPG. Okay? It's only $8. All right. Jason Langford, how are you? All right, let me think here. Glowing Turtle, how are you? Oh, look at John Berry says do it. He says roll for it. Okay, we're gonna roll for it just because John said that we should go for it. Look at this. I'm already I'm rubbing off my dude there. 4. Life. 6. Okay. Let's not. We're looking for the slasher, rabbit face. All right, let me just keep this over here, over there. All right, here we go. He says go for it. All right, we're going to go for it. We need a 4 better. And we get a 6. Nice. Add +1 if you have agility. No, we didn't have to do that. We made our save. We would take 1 damage. After, you may perform a search roll. All right. At +1, choose random clue. Choose 1 clue or random stuff from the eye. Oh. You may perform a search roll at +1 to find. Choose 1 clue or 1 random object from page 23. I'll be honest with you. We need that clue because remember we need 3 clues to find our boy there. Page 23. Page 23. All right. So we would have a +1. Okay. Here we go. +1, 3, 4. We found nothing. So we did not find a clue according to this. You may perform or choose one clue or you may perform a search roll at +1 to find, choose one clue or one random item. Okay. Or useful stuff table. Okay, nope. We didn't find anything. So we went through the house. We found nothing. We're looking for clues. Remember, we need 3 clues. All right, to find this guy. Or we may just run into him for all we know. All right. So now, and hold on. I just want to make sure that we're, okay, that goes there. Page 41. That's what I want to look. Because I think it was 4. Okay, yeah. You must spend a number of clues equal to 4 clues. We need 4 clues. Wow. Wow, to find this guy. All right, so now we're going to move on to our second area. So here we go, rolling on a D12. Dude and dudes. Hey, dude. That's going to be a 6. Roll on the street table on page 44. All right, we can do that. Page 44. On the street table, we're going to roll 1d6. 5. Random encounter. Roll on the slasher's table. Page 65. Oh my God, we can run right into our slasher. Page 65. Okay, what did it say about that? So we can run right into this dude and get chewed up. There's a 1 in 4 chance that we can run into him. And it could be our slasher. Page 41. That's what it was. Okay. If you meet any slasher through a random roll, there's a 4 in 6 chance that you defeat the exactly one you are hunting. Once you have defeated the slasher, return to your starting location. Well, there you go. You must defeat a random slasher. Oh, it would be... Okay, so if we ran into the slasher, so... Oh, okay. So Rabbit Face is not our guy. We don't know who our guy is. That's where I made the mistake. Okay, cool. All right, so by luck, here we go. Who is it? Who's our random slasher? Here we go. 5. Blood Drinking Lady. She's level 4. So after we defeat this slasher, we roll, and anything 1 to 4. If we get a 1 or 4, that is our slasher who we're looking for. Okay? So we are in the streets here. Streets. So there's a little street here that we go through. And we found a slasher in the street. Awesome. Not what we needed. The Blood Drinking Lady, level 4 slasher. She has 5 life. So life is 5. Oh boy. 5. Attacks by biting, damage 1. If she flicks any damage, roll a d6. On a 1 or 2, her level goes up by 1, up to a maximum 7. She has no weapons. You may not escape from the Blood Drinking Lady. Oh, man. Attacks by biting. If she inflicts damage... So she has to roll past her level. Okay. So how does this work? Okay. She has 5 life. 4. So we get to go first. Okay, there's no surprise here. Oh boy, this isn't going to be good. So we have a chainsaw, which will do 2 damage if we can hit. It's +1 to hit. That's a level 4. So I need a 3 or better on a D6. Now remember, we have exploding dice here. All right, exploding dice. Here we go. Oh, you know what? Here we go. Here we go. Oh, 6! That's an exploding 6. So now we add to that. And another 6. That's 12. And then 2, 12, 14, plus 2. Oh, plus 1 because of the chainsaw. So 14, 15. We almost did 4 damage. So we did 1, 2, 3. Oh, almost. We did 3 damage to her. Wow, that was huge. So now she's down to 2 life. Okay. Now, she's going to bite us. We have a save. Okay. A save has to be 4 or more. If not, we get hit for 1. I mean, this is how you do things, bro. 5, so we saved. So we're lucky there. Nothing happened to us. All right. Very cool. Now it is our go. We've got to hit her again. We have +1. It's a chainsaw. Oh, the chainsaw does 2 damage, though. I think we would have killed her because for every hit, we do 2 damage. Actually, we would have killed her. Well, let's see if we hit again. 5 does 2 damage at +1 is 6. That's going to kill her. That chainsaw is nasty. Now we have a 1 in 4 chance of that being our person. Okay, so here we go. Is that the person we were looking for? 4. Yes, it was. So we were able to complete that mission so far. So we were able to get and defeat the slasher. The slasher who was the person that we were, person of interest. So let's go back and see what happens because we defeated that particular slasher. If you meet any slasher through a random roll, there is a 4 in 6 chance that you encounter exactly the one you are hunting. Once you have defeated the slasher, return to your starting location or safe house. Okay, so now we have to be able to return to our safe house. All right, so things aren't over yet, but let's find out what we do get. We do get 1 XP for defeating her. All right. There are 6 unique slashers. When you kill one, gain 1 XP. Remove the slasher from the table. If you meet again a slasher that cross off the table. Okay, so slasher 5. All right, there we go. Very cool. So that one's gone. So if we roll back on here, okay. Counted as no encounter. If you wound a slasher and she doesn't flee, she stays until the end. Because usually there's something that you could do. You cannot escape. Treat weapon as equivalent from the if you defeat a slasher, you may take his or her weapon. Well, she only bites, so I can't take her teeth. Remember that you may hunt slashers by spending a number of clues equal to their level. All right, so we got really lucky on this, and it was good because it kind of showed us how the progression of things. But we're not done yet, okay? So we took care of the streets and we defeated the slasher. Now we got to make it back to the house here. So we're going to come over here, and that's going to cost us 1 food because we went 1, 2, 3. No, we're all right. So we don't use any food. All right, and we can up our food so it's not going to hurt us. If we went very far into this, then that would have took us a while. So now we're going to roll a D6. So let's roll our D6. And we are fine. And then we're going to go to our place of worship. And we're fine getting into there. Now from there, what's going to happen? And we're going to come back here. Page 41. And it's going to tell us what we get. We're going to get, we gain 5 XP or 2 rolls on the useful stuff table. I'm going to take the 5 XP, so that's going to give us 6 XP. All right, come on. Don't do this to me, okay? All right, there we go. All right, you know what? I'm going to use this marker just to mark the 5 on here. So we're going to have 5. So what does that mean? We can buy or up our skills. We can do a whole bunch of different things. So what you do is you're going to go back and it's going to tell you how to spend your random objects. You can roll 2d6 on here and you can get all kinds of different stuff. But spending the XP is actually better, and I'll tell you why. Useful stuff tables. There's a whole bunch of different tables. Combat. Okay. Boy, those exploding 6s. We should have killed her, but I wanted to just go a little farther with that. Alright, so here we go. And I want to show you guys this. Yeah, for every 5 boxes. Experience. You gain experience points when you destroy monsters in other situations described in text. In general, you receive 1 XP every time you win a combat encounter. Winning means defeating the opponent through combat, magic, or exorcism. If you run away, you do not get any XP. Plain and simple. Okay? Some encounters with more powerful enemies are worth 2 XP. You may also gain XP in other situations. For example, when you're completing a mission. You may keep the XP or spend them as soon as you have enough to buy new skills. Each skill has an XP cost in parentheses, showing how many XP you must spend to gain that skill. You may also spend XP to bring a skill you already have to expert level. You may keep some unspent XP to learn arcane skills. When the chance to do so appears. You may learn arcane skills only when you comply with the prerequisites, such as reading certain books and performing rituals. See, you have to keep track of books. Computer printout of They Are Among Us. That's the book that he read. So we have to keep up on that. Light items, this, that, the other. Backpack. A backpack. If you have a backpack, the number of objects and food points you carry increases by +5. The backpack itself does not count as a carried object. If your backpack is stolen or destroyed, however, you lose all the objects except those carried in your hands. Strong people carry more weight. If you have the strong skill, so for instance, I'm carrying salt and I'm carrying food, okay? Your carrying limit increases by 3, okay? So how does this work? If you have strong expert, it increases to 5. Strong expert, character with a backpack will be able to carry a minimum of 10 plus 5. Plus 5. Okay? So for me, it was 10 plus 4. Plus 5 plus 3. So it's at 18. This is the absolute maximum you can carry in the game. Your character begins with 2 skills. Choose them from the following list. We did that. That's already pre-made for us. Okay. Choose them from these skills. These initial skills are free, so ignore the XP. Okay, we can add as many skills as we want. You may learn expert skill version only if you already know the basic. So here's the things that we can add. We have 5 points. We can add agile, which will help us in our defense rolls, which will give us +1. That's not a bad thing. It would give us +2. But it cost 8. We can't afford agile yet. Bow. We don't need a bow. Charisma. What are we going to do? Sweet talk the monsters? No. Dodge. If you have defense, you have +1 to defense rolls. However, if you roll a 1, it's a 1's always a fail. That's 4 XP. Martial arts. Medic, 3 HP. That might be it. You may use up to 3 points from a first aid kit to heal up to 3 points. A character with a first aid kit and no medical skill may heal a single point. Strong grip on reality. Well, that I don't have. John Barry says take the healing for 4 XP. That's not a bad call. I just want to go through this just so you guys. Resistance, that isn't a bad one either. Occultist, strong. That's 5 XP. We can go up to our expert. Add +1 to all strength rolls and +3 to numberize. So you can carry 13 or 18. Oh, I can only carry 13. Okay, all right. In my backpack. That's my backpack. Tough. Vampire Hunter. Add +1 to vampire rolls. That's 3. And then Zombie Hunter. I can add those 2. Which means if I run into a vampire, I get +1. And if I roll into a zombie, I get +1 against the attack roll. That would cost me 5. That would make me pretty nasty. As much as I want to take the healing arcane skills, you cannot learn arcane skills at the beginning of play, but only when certain conditions, such as reading a specific occult books. And we would have to write that in there. I think Zombie Hunter, Tough would add 2 to my life points, but that's 8. Demon Slayer's a good one. I'm checking them all out. Exorcism components, one of the following. That would cost me 2. You may learn this arcane skill from one of the following books. No, can't learn that. But I did read the computer printout. Healing, yeah. Healing, food, holy book. Once per mission, you... That's only if I have the holy book. I don't have the book. Alright. I think Zombie Hunter and Vampire Hunter is going to come in handy. So I'm gonna give him those 2. Actually, healing needs components anyways. Yeah. See, this way I'm just right off the bat, if we run into a vampire... Hunter and Zombie Hunter, and that's 2 of the main dudes that you're gonna run into. So getting a +1 against them, along with my chainsaw, I'm gonna be hacking some of these bros in half. So if my chainsaw breaks or gets stolen or gets taken away from me, and I have a knife, it kind of puts me at a pretty good advantage there. All right, there we go. So I used up all my XP. All right, so now we would clean off this house, also, our whole area here. Come on. Oh my God. Did I use like a permanent marker? All right, hold on here. So I'm gonna leave this safe house, but I'll get rid of this at some point. I don't know why this isn't coming off. Where's my thing? Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. See? Just when the marker thought it had all the answers, I changed the questions. That's how it works around here in my home. Okay? Don't try to outsmart me, you silly pen, you. Alright, there we go. That's a good one because it only comes off with a little water, which is good because, sometimes you rub up against it. Alright, so there we go. Alright, so I mean, pretty much, I don't think I can ask for much better of a introduction to this game. 50 minutes, I think it's actually perfect. So we actually... Hey, Kabuki! How are you? So a good go-through of how to play against... I mean, this is phenomenal. This really is. So we've already faced a slasher. Alone against fear. Instead of 4 against fear, it's alone against fear. Another fantastic little booklet here by our good friend Andrea from Ganesha Games. If you're familiar with 4 against Mars, 4 against Darkness, now you have a survival horror game that adds a lot of intrigue, and he adds a lot more components to it. So I really like this. I think this is really something special. Instead of making this a 2-hour thing, I think maybe tomorrow we'll take our adventurer out again. Would everybody like to see that tomorrow? Because tomorrow I'm going to build the table. And then in the afternoon, I can do something. And then don't forget, tomorrow night we have RPG World. I really like this one. It's really interesting. Yeah, this guy has not made a bad game. And that's what I have to say. So if you would like to see this again, leave it in the comments. Let me know if this is something you want to see again. And we'll take... Who's this guy? Douglas Harrison. We'll take Douglas Harrison, our pre-made character, out for another spin and see what kind of trouble he can get himself into. Because there's all kinds of evil, and eventually we need to close some of these gates. Godzilla lover would like to see it. That's cool. All right. JB Roll. I missed it. Well, no, you can watch it back. It'll come back. I always like these solo adventure games. I love them, Kabuki. I think they're better than some of the games I've paid $300 or $400 for recently. Easy to understand. You know, a lot of randomness. You know, if people took some time to really, you know, create things and not worry about all the glitz and glam and try to stuff too many things into it, they would find that they would have some really great games. He's taken from 4 Against Darkness and kept it very kind of basic, and with the supplements added different types of rules. No problem, right? Goes into, you can get this at Drive Through RPG. You will not be disappointed. Trust me on that one. So now you take 4 Against Mars, okay? And now you have this sci-fi thing, and he adds a couple more components there. And then you come into this, and he goes, well, you know something? Enough with taking 4 people with you. How about going on an adventure all by yourself and trying to survive alone against fear, and adding sanity, which he kind of took from 4 Against Mars a little bit, and did even more with it. This is really, really something special. Obviously, when I do the review of this, it's going to get highest remarks. So what else can I say? But this is very exciting. So let's give it one more roll, because we did go through this pretty quickly. We did all the basic stuff where you guys kind of saw how everything goes. Drive Through RPG. It's Drive Through RPG. Drive Through Games. No, Drive Through RPG. Is that the Queen? Probably. No. Okay, sorry. So this really is another... He's taken it to another level. And just really, really phenomenal. Sorry about that. Just wasn't paying attention as always. So, yeah, now that we have a little establishment here and we can go right into it, tomorrow would actually be really, really, really kind of cool to take out Douglas one more time. Probably I'll do it a little later in the afternoon, probably around 3ish, and that way, we'll get another good hour in, because today was an hour, so we'll take it out for one more spin. That way we have a couple of short videos, and then you can really decide if this is for you. So there you go. I think we covered it all. We handled it all. Great game. I really like this a lot. And hats off again. Tip of the hat to Andrea for another phenomenal system. Him and Martin Knight, boy. Oh, there he is in all his glory. I am the author. If anyone has any questions, you know what? We'll stay on for a little bit, and we'll see if there's any questions. See, that's the type of guy I am. Let me tell you something, Andrea. You, my friend, are glorious. Okay? You are glorious. Yesterday we did 4 against Mars. Phenomenal. And you see where, I wish I had you on here. So, I wish I was on SteamYard, where I'd just have you come right on and talk to everybody. But this is glorious. You took the improvements that you had from 4 against Mars, and then you added some more things, and you made it more of a solo experience. Absolutely phenomenal. Okay, listen, I should be working for you, because I praise your stuff. And let me tell you something. That house that you just bought, you can thank me, because I think I bought just about almost everything that you've done. I've got like 6 or 7 more things I've got to get for 4 against Darkness, I think. But definitely phenomenal system. I really enjoyed it. Clean. I was just telling everybody, I spent $400 on a game that was bogged down and sloppy with rules. And then I go and I spend $8, and I think I have more enjoyment in this than I ever could. Hats off. Tip of the hat to you, like I said. Glorious. Yes, 4 against Mark was amazing as well. Yeah. And we're big fans here. We always will be, like I said. And the work that you did. I think I had one question, like, oh, what the heck was it? Like today, which was kind of nice, where we kind of kept it nice and short. We ended up rolling on the mission table. I went with just one character for fear, because I think horror works best when you are alone. Nobody will help you. It increases the tension. Glorious. John Barry asks, Andrea, when are the printed versions of this and Mars due? Okay, that's a good question. Great game, great episode. And while you're answering that question, and I'll read it off as well, our mission was to do the slasher, to find the slasher. So, of course, I go through like 2 houses, and then, of course, I have to face a slasher. It was a 1 in 4 chance that was the slasher. And sure enough, it turned out, and then we made it back to the safe house, which was kind of nice, because we got the 5 experience jacked up. But this is supposed to be played over a number of different missions, if I'm not correct. And I wanted to make sure that that's what you do. You may complete a mission, but your campaign basically is to go through all the things and basically shut down the gates, I believe, if I'm not 100% right. And we'll wait for his response. Let's see. Sequels, yeah. And are you going to be doing any supplements for 4 against Mars? That's a great thing. Yes, it is a campaign. You first explore the town. There you go. Now, and try to survive. That's the hard part. A really neat thing that I think you did here is that when you do take damage, that you can roll on that table. Okay, so either you take the mental damage, the sanity damage, which can affect you in different ways, and you're taking a chance where you end up taking nothing and maybe just take a life point of damage, or you roll on the damage and end up with a permanent damage, like an injury to your arm, which takes away some things, and try to survive, which is just phenomenal. And wait for. I mean, you don't even have to wait for the rule. I'm going to do a review of this, but it'll be one of my highest marks. Next book will be Village of the Living Dolls, written together with my girlfriend, who is a horror fan. You, my friend. Amazing. Amazing. I can never have enough of stuff from your company. I just can't. Wow, that's phenomenal. When can we expect Alone Against Godzilla supplement? No. That's silly. Jeez, what haven't you done? The sci-fi is brilliant. I really love Mars, but do you have any expansions in mind for Mars, a matter of fact? Because I really love the sci-fi feel to that. It will be a weird horror adventure set in the backwoods area. Now, as you're going through the town, are you supposed to keep the town and go to the next mission? Like I had my safe house was a house of worship. Then we went through a dilapidated house and then the streets. Am I supposed to add on to that with the next mission? Godzilla? There are stats for giant atomic lizards in Mars. Yes, there is. Yes, there is. Matter of fact. Oh, I just put it away. In the back of the book, there's a giant lizard, which is awesome. Yeah, we don't need any Godzilla stuff neutral. Yes, you keep the town. Just print another sheet of boxes. Place it side by side with the first one and expand your town. Well, couldn't you just expand, and this is a question, maybe I'm wrong. I only filled out the first 4 boxes. Couldn't I just expand it here? Boxes is what I call the town map. Yes. Yeah, the town map. So couldn't I just expand there? Or do I have to find another safe house? I just want to make sure I do it right, because we're going to play this again live tomorrow, right around the same time, I believe. Yeah, sure. I meant when you run out of boxes. Gotcha. Okay, so you just keep going. Okay, so good thing I printed out a whole bunch of these so I can see. I laminated it so we could just write on it and keep doing stuff. So I got to put in my house of worship. Glad you. And I was thinking, I said, I should keep this. Worship. House. And then streets. All right, so then we continue from here tomorrow. There we go. Got it. You should play some of the Dark City games. I think I did. I know you did a review of them about a month ago. I own several. Enjoy them all. The westerns are great. Yeah, I thought I did. Yeah, I did play 1 or 2. The westerns I have to get. The Dark City games are very, very good, Grognar. You will create new safe houses, but remember, when you create a new safe house, and if it is the third in play, the closest safe house is compromised and is no longer safe. All right, let me make a note of that. Thank God you're here. Thank God you're here. All right, so our first safe house is here, so we're going to put that as 1. Safe house. So we're going to make a next one. So we're going to put that as 1. Okay, so that's 1, 2. Also, how do you get food? It is written in the rules for safe houses. Yeah, I'll make sure I check that out. These live sessions are awesome. Headed over to Wargame Vault to buy 4 Against Darkness. Go to Drive-Thru RPG. I believe it's there, Ben. You can get it there. And make sure you get this as well. You'll really enjoy this. Okay, so we got that. So we did that. And I think I asked one more question. Andrea, can flying lead to... I like the horror theme. Yeah, the horror theme is phenomenal. Phenomenal. Boxes is what I call town map. You run out of boxes. I just want to make sure that we covered everything. And I really appreciate you stepping in and helping the rules. It's written in the rules of the safe house. Good thing you said something, because I missed that, of course. But then again, I miss everything. Me too, glowing Harold. Okay, and... Okay, question about flying lead. Yes and no. You can play it solo, but no solo AI is provided in the rule books. In the rule book itself. Oh, flying lead. Yeah, I saw that. That looks real interesting too. I just I have to sell my grandchild to get the rest of the stuff that you've made, because you've made so much stuff. And third to play close to... Okay, that's what it was. And the safe house is compromised and no longer safe. But if you run just 4 to 5 models per side, you can easily control both sides. Oh, okay. You're talking about flying lead. Yeah, I have to grab some of your miniature stuff. As a matter of fact, I'm going to, as soon as I can, pick up some of your models and your stuff. Ganesha Games has been going for 12 years, so we have produced quite a lot of games. Yeah, and to be honest with you, I discovered you over about a year ago, and I have one. It's actually this. I had to put this into the house, into the studio here, and it's just filled with modules from half the stuff that you guys have done. I still have quite a bit to get, though. Absolutely phenomenal. Amazing what you've done, and you got a big fan here. If you want a miniature system that is designed for solo from the get-go, try Cell Swords and Spell Slingers. Okay, we have to pick that up. I'm really enjoying a lot of these print and plays, but I could be biased. Oh, Glowing Turtle, you've made a very good game yourself, my friend. But yeah, like I was saying, I went out and I spent $400 in the game, and I was absolutely disappointed in the game. And here I buy a number of these, and they're just enjoyable, and the thought process and how well and clean they play. Again, tremendous, and everything's put right in front of you. Hi, Gab. How are you? Do they make spy games? I don't think they do that yet. Hey, girl. Or I could have missed something. You never know with me. All right, I think we covered it all. I think I have this down. Another enjoyable, fantastic system. I'm really looking forward to taking this further, and we'll do more tomorrow for sure. Spy games. I want to make sort of a modern action version of the Alone system. Ooh. Very cool. Uwe! How are you, my friend? It's always good to see you. We've got Uwe Eckert, the great Uwe Eckert, from none other than the phenomenal Academy Games. She took off. She's not a big star. Gotta go. Take care. Thanks, Rob. Glowing Turtle, we'll talk to you soon. I know you gotta get working on your sci-fi version of things. Just another fun game. Another fun game. Do you have anything else planned for Against Darkness, Andrea? Coming up in the near future. Matter of fact, we're going to be featuring that game tomorrow night on RPG World. Recently bought my own copy of 1775 from you guys recently, Uwe. Another great game. Another great game. We have about 20 titles in the pipeline for 4AD. Wow. 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 Make sure you shoot me an email when they go live so I can make sure I can get them here so we can show them off here. I really enjoy doing 4AD. And tomorrow night we'll definitely be doing some cool things. We're gonna me and my partner Jana are gonna be creating our characters. Next one is More Mountainous Mayhem. It is a random generator book for the mountain background. Ooh, I gotta pick up the mountain background then. Alright, okay. Kabuki Kid, but now I want to play some 4AD. Uwe, it's such a good game. It's so smart. Matter of fact, probably two of the best designers around are in this chat right now. Uwe, who makes some of the smartest games that you'll ever play, which I can't wait to get the Apollo mission game as soon as it comes out. And then we have Andrea, who's just everything he touches just turns glorious. It's written by Eric Bouchard, who is creating the geographic module. I like the alternate titles, very old school RPG-ish. I agree with you, Kabuki. Very old school, very, very. The funny thing is you can have all the miniatures and all the glitz and the glam. And I mentioned this in a conversation in one of my musings that we had last week. And you can have all that and not have the feel that you have when you pick up some of these modules and you get it in front of you, you have it all in front of you, and then you just have your imagination take over. And like I'll put my little laminate here, and like when we start drawing things all through here on the dungeon tiles, really just adds so much more to it. We will have one for the swamps, one for mountain, one for jungles, and 2 monsters books. Very big and chock full of material about towns. Oh, you are just glorious. Glorious, 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 glorious. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. Wow. So let's try to get everybody. If you guys have a question for Andrea, please get it in now. So we'll make sure that we answer. He'll hopefully he'll stay and answer everything that we possibly can. Yeah, you are pumping out the project. And if you guys have never experienced some of his stuff, go over to Drive-Thru RPG. Go to GaneshaGames.com, I believe. But you can find it also on Drive-Thru RPG. Just put it in there. 4 Against Darkness, 4 Against Mars, and click on the company name, and you will find a complete catalog, which is unbelievable. Desert 2, but the Town Adventure book will be really great. Yeah, I see. I'm jacked up for that. Are you thinking about making a print and play game, Rob? Nah, I'm not that smart. I can lift things. Oh, it's .net. I'm sorry. GaneshaGames.net. Thank you, Kabuki, for putting that in there. Can you also put in Ganesha Games for everybody? We'll make sure that we put it down in the comments below when this goes live. Comes back after processing. What first title do you recommend? I would go with 4 Against Darkness, which is absolutely phenomenal. They have some nice generated things. But the one that I really liked, that was the first one I did. Oh, God. I liked the 3 Rings. The 3 Rings was very good. Sorry, YouTube doesn't let me use links. No, Kabuki could put it in. She's an admin, so she put it in for you. So both are there, Andrea. And then what I'll do is I'll put it into our into the description of the video. Yeah, Uwe, definitely. Three Rings was very good, and oh, there was another one with the Paladin that I absolutely love. And I can't think of the name. It's going to drive me nuts. There was one where it introduces the Paladin, and then there was the other one where it was almost a sea adventure, which Knight of Destiny. Thank you, Knight of Destiny. If you start with the main book, Knight of Destiny, and Three Rings, you'll have a great time. It's hours upon hours of just fun. And then if you like a sci-fi feel, go over Four Against Mars, and now a horror theme, Alone Against Fear, which is phenomenal. Dark Waters. Thank you. Dark Water was another one I did, which was very, very good. Dark Waters was real good, actually, because we actually drew. Ordering it now. Thanks for the link. You will really enjoy it, Uwe. You will really enjoy it. And as soon as we have soon we will have 4 against the great old ones. Oh, that's unbelievable. Games with minis, visually eye candy. Yeah, but these really use our imagination. And one of the fun things about Dark Water, Uwe, is we drew out the map, and it was just fun to get everybody interactive, and we were going through each area, and it's numbered, and there's a passage that you read and different encounters that you read. So you got to be really smart in the things that you pick, because you can really kind of get yourself in a pickle, and then you may not be ready to go to take on the final encounter. So it really plays very, very well. Not by me. It's written by Marco. Marco the Omnigator on YouTube. Oh, wow. I didn't know that. Marco's very, very good. Probably one of the better YouTubers out there. Just keeps to himself. Very, very, very good. Really enjoy his work. Have for years. Now he's Omnigamer, but he was a war gamer, and I really enjoyed some of the stuff he did. So, boy, that's something I really didn't... I'm just so used to buying everything that you guys have, right? Yeah, Marco's phenomenal. Great, great, great guy. He is also a great expert on all things Lovecraftian. Oh, wow. So he wrote this. That's going to be incredible. Wow. I'm looking forward to it. I really am. Really, really looking forward to it. Should be a lot of fun. All right. Yes. Okay, cool. So there you have it. I mean, boy, it's not very often that we get the creator of some of these games in here to comment and ask your comments. But hey, this is Rob's Tabletop World. Anything can happen. Not only that, we get Uwe in here, so that just kind of upped up our game by 10 million. And of course, with Kabuki here, it's the triple threat. I think we've done it all. All right, so I think we've had a great time here. We had a lot of fun with this. We will be back tomorrow. Hi, Rob. Love your channel. Is it true you're shutting it down? Someday I'm going to have to shut it down. Let's leave it at that. Someday I'm going to have to shut it down. I'm getting old and past my time. Leave it to the younger guys at some point, but not right now. No. I'm having a lot of fun and really enjoying myself. So, especially today, I had a lot of fun, and it's great games like this, Alone Against Fear, that keep you going. See, my dog's happy about it too. Silly. Do it until it isn't fun, and right now I'm having fun. And I'm having a lot of fun. I wasn't too happy. If you watch the other video, you'll see what I wasn't too happy about. The stupidest thing again. People can show movies on here, and I show my wife after she was deathly sick, and we almost lost her, going on a ride when she just started to feel better, and I got a copyright strike. So I was just like, why am I doing this? But it takes a game like this to just bring you back, and 4 Against Mars, like I did yesterday, to bring you back and just make you feel good about what you do every day. And I have Andrea to thank for that. I also have Uwe and all the great things that he does to thank him for that. And yeah, we're fine. I'm fine. I'm good. And I don't think I've ever been happier. And now I have so much more to look forward to, with you guys putting out. And, we're just going to keep plugging along and having a good time. So join us tomorrow. We'll be back with the second part of Alone Against Fear. Here on Rob's Tabletop World, I'm telling you, you won't be disappointed. We're going to take our pre-made character. We went with Douglas Harrison, and we're going to take him out for quite a ride. And I got a feeling that this isn't going to be as easy as the slasher that he ran into in the middle of the street and happened to take care of. Andrea, thank you so much for taking the time to come in and answer questions. Uwe, thank you so much for popping your head in on this little itty-bitty channel. We always appreciate having in there. I'm going to actually be bringing in Mayhem and repainting it, and we're going to be doing some live plays of that. So I would love to have you stick your head in that once I get my copy in, which we'll be getting from Miniature Market very soon. Thank you all for all these great games. Look at this. Everybody's happy, and I think that's also why we do what we do. So, until next time, my dear friends, when I will see you tomorrow, once we build our new table, because we're getting rid of this game topper thing. We're going bigger, because we got more things planned, bigger things to do, and that's what we do here. I love you all. My dogs are barking like crazy, which means the delivery guy just came. Okay, and I'm excited about it. Heck yes, we have. Oh, you don't have to do that, Uwe. I can get my own. I really appreciate it. I wasn't asking for one, honestly. I'm trying to think what else. No problems. Everybody there. Original Grugnar was in here. I mean, what more could you want? This was a full slate. We had a great time. All right, listen, everybody. I can drone on for hours, and we don't want to do that. Until next time, it is your old pal Rob telling you that we will see you tomorrow when we do Alone Against Fear once again. Let me go open up the ton of packages that just made their arrival, and we'll see what other surprises we have for you tomorrow. We'll see you soon.